Hello guys, and then we got here some Chivalry. I'm going to be explaining Deadliest Warrior as my frame rate decides to go to 3. Playing Citadel and rocking out my peasant outfit. Yeah, my peasant net, and I got some peasant clothes. So I'm going to be explaining what Deadliest Warrior is all about. Excuse me. So Torn Banner partnered up with Spike TV, the makers of the Deadliest Warrior TV series, and I'm making a game about it. So there's going to be 6 classes, 2 of which they revealed a while ago, and they've revealed the other 4 recently, and I will get into that soon of what we already know. The game's going to come out in October sometime, which is exactly a year after normal Chivalry came out, and the game will cost $14.99. So yeah, it's going to be cheaper than normal Chivalry. I don't know if you need to require normal Chivalry to run the expansion. They haven't said anything about that yet. So the 6 classes in the game, you probably already know, are the Spartan and Samurai. But they've also announced the Viking, the Knight from Chivalry, the Pirate, and a Ninja. I really wanted Romans, and there's no Romans, so I'm a little bit disappointed. But who cares, it's got Vikings, and I'm quite interested in the Pirate as well. And I want to see how the Ninjas do now. Yeah, so it's got a lot of classes that it's going to make everyone happy, and maybe people might hate one particular class. Who cares, it makes everyone happy. Or does it? So you would have seen the Samurai and Spartan, that's them, at PAX if you went there and played the demo version thingy. And they were announced ages ago. Surprisingly, we don't actually have much information on them. I mean, because they released the Viking information on lots of abilities. The Spartan and Samurai, we don't actually have their abilities. People from PAX who played it said the Samurai had more health than the Spartan. And yeah, Samurai has a lot more weapons than the Spartan. Spartan only had 3 spears and 2 swords from the demo, while the Samurai had about 7 weapons, and you can use all the weapons as primary and secondary. So yeah. Also seems that all classes might have a ranged ability. Oh crap, the team's trying to kill me. So the Spartan can throw with spears, the Samurai has a bow, and all the other classes have a ranged ability as well. The Viking, they announced all the stuff for the Viking. The Viking has a berserk mode thing, which is always on. Pretty much the more combos he lands, the faster his attacks get. Now something like that, I'm imagining is going to be very, very hard to balance, and would rely more on player skill than balance for that. So more skilled players would be able to, well, anyway, I think, will be able to stop the Viking going to berserk mode by rapidly comboing, or that would make the Viking very, very good at free-for-all games and against massive amounts of enemy targets. So yeah, the Viking's going to be the vanguard, but he doesn't have a charge apparently. But his ranged ability is he can throw stuff. He can throw his shield and he can throw his axes. So that's, yeah. It'll be funny as if you pick like 2 axes and stuff, and then throw both the axes and your shield running around with first, that'd be hilarious. But you can also dual wield. He is typing too? Yes, he does. He can also dual wield, yes, he can dual wield 2 weapons. So they don't have to be like the same weapon, like you can dual wield an axe and a sword, or an axe and a slightly shorter axe or something. Yeah. Not really much on his weapons, but he has axes and he has a sword, that's all we really know. The Knight is pretty much unchanged. We don't know what his weapons are. He'd probably be using, because in the video, there was a video of him kind of in the Viking video, and he looked like he was just using standard Chivalry weapons. I can't quite remember. I remember the longsword, and that's about it, but I know there were other ones. I don't know what his ranged ability is, but he might also have a bow or crossbow or something. I don't know about javelins, because that's more of a Spartan thing. Whoa. Okay. What haven't we done? The Pirates and the Ninja. We haven't had really anything on them. Damn, we lost them. Except that they're in the game. But what we can imagine is, if you're going for stereotypical pirate, they're probably going to have a gun of some sort. So prepare for guns. I don't know how they're going to balance them. And there's a Ninja, which we already have a Japanese warrior. Ooh, that was weird. Once again, we don't really know what he is, but we can probably expect shurikens, because Torn Banner love doing Hollywood-style things, so you're probably going to get Hollywood-style characters. So what does this expansion mean for Chivalry, normal Chivalry? We don't know. Torn Banner seem to have lost the ability to talk, so we don't know if they've ditched it or if they're going to continue doing stuff with it. We know they're doing the SDK, and the beta's been getting updates. Once, if you know who Slygoat is, he said that they're doing SDK patches in the beta because there'd been lots of patches for the beta and no one knew what they were for. But he didn't officially announce it, he just said it in reply to someone. They've stopped doing Friday updates for some silly reason. So people are thinking they're just gonna ditch Chivalry Medieval Warfare because they're not talking about it. I mean, why aren't they talking about it? It's kind of stupid if they're not. They're only just gonna make their fan base even more paranoid and concerned and oh, I'm on fire. And jittery. That's it. They need to say something about it. Oh crap, that was all Masons. So yeah, will it improve Chivalry anyway? Because Deadliest Warrior is going to support 64 players, and we all know that the server technology for this game is kind of horrible, and the frame rate isn't particularly great either when you get to a lot of people. So yeah, we need to also... Will it improve Chivalry? Base Chivalry? We don't know. But how is Deadliest Warrior going to support 64 players? Because some people are questioning that. Torn Banner are pretty much now experienced, or at least know what they're doing, with the Unreal Engine rather than just randomly making a game as they go the easiest way possible. So yeah, they should be able to do it fine. Because Red Orchestra 2 can be 64 players, but they always has this usual thing, no matter how many people on the server. Got 3 people on the server and everyone has 100 things, so yeah. But they've got good frame rate for Red Orchestra, so they can definitely do 64 players. The maps have to be bigger. And also people's servers, I don't know. It's going to officially support 64 players, so all the maps will be pretty big as well. There's also going to be new game modes and no team objective anymore, so that minus $10 means no team objective. But there's going to be new game modes and improvements on existing game modes. The ones I like to see improved, Team Deathmatch and Duel. I hope those are the ones that they're improving. Yeah, no word on what the new game modes are, they're just going to be new ones. Now, will you buy Deadliest Warrior? I probably will, even though I don't know. It's kind of weird putting all the classes together, well, like all the factions from all over the time together. But then again, it's not supposed to be serious, it's supposed to be Deadliest Warrior, and just people wanted expansions with like Romans and Carthaginians and other things. So they put everyone's favorite classes minus the Romans, favorite factions minus the Romans into one expansion pack, which apparently makes everyone happy. Also, Torn Banner actually needs money. Oh crap. They don't have a big publisher to give them money, they're just an indie developer. Frame rate's gone to shit. So they need they need money. So those big publishers like EA and stuff give developers money, so they always have money, although they still want more money anyway. Torn Banner has to do it for different reasons, because they actually need money rather than just want money. So, yeah, they kind of need to do this. It looks interesting. And it's only $15 US, apparently. I don't know if the price will change, but that's what was said early on. I don't really think it would take away normal Chivalry players. It might actually get more players in, especially if it's a standalone expansion rather than one that needs Chivalry Medieval Warfare. If it's a standalone, you can have new players. They don't need to buy 2 games, they can buy 1 game. They also haven't ruled out the possibility of new factions. Unlike Chivalry Medieval Warfare with new classes, what's going on? With new classes, new factions for Deadliest Warrior wouldn't be that hard to do. Although they would need, because all factions, all different classes and stuff look like they have their own animation sets and stuff. So they would need to model the weapons, model the character, possibly make a map for them, because every faction seems to have a map of their own. And they will need to do some animations, which might all up take, I don't know how long it takes them to do stuff. Could take a month or so for a new class. And they'll also be fixing bugs and stuff. And they might actually get back to, once they've released Deadliest Warrior, it's actually highly likely that they'll get back to this game and start fixing bugs for this game. So I wouldn't expect any patches for Chivalry Medieval Warfare until Deadliest Warrior has been released. Although their communication, they need to actually start talking. just say hi. They haven't said anything. It's only like the community manager and the QA lead, and both of them were community members before. Yeah, they need to start talking and say stuff and say, hey look, we're doing this for Chivalry. Because they do have fixes planned apparently, but they just haven't officially announced them. They've just randomly said stuff in the middle of, we're just talking to people on the forum occasionally, but they don't officially announce things. They officially announced Deadliest Warrior, and they're doing occasional updates for Deadliest Warrior, like the Viking one. But yeah, they need to kind of tell us what's happening. There is also going to be customization like there is for this game. No word on DLC customization, but there is unlockable customization, at least for the Viking. Well, it's the only thing announced, so I'm assuming it's for all classes. Because the Viking, you can get unlockable fur pelts to put on your person. It's the only bit of customization as well. Unlockable customization. But you can also customize all the colors and the beard. Vikings have beards. Holy crap! Yeah, so customization is in there. Like normal Chivalry. And unlockable stuff. Also, in the Viking trailer, one of the knights actually had a Vanguard helmet. So yeah, the knight might be able to get the Vanguard helmet. They might even be able to get all the helmets from normal Chivalry. It'd be hilarious. I want to see a flippin' knight with like an archer's helmet or something. It'd be hilarious. But you can definitely have the Agathian Vanguard helmet on. No idea if they're also going to put the Mason Knight skin in as well. Cause that'd be pretty good, having the 2 skin options. But they do that for all classes to get variation, have different skin options, although that would require retexturing the models again. And I do 3D modeling a bit, and I know that texturing is way harder than the modeling itself. Well, at least in my opinion, in my experience. I really, really hate texturing things. Yeah, so they need to retexture all the models if they want to get things in, which would be cool, and I would like that for like an unlockable thing, having like a different model for like the ninja or the samurai or the pirate or whatever. I did make a poll on the forums before they announced the other 4 classes of what's your favorite faction, what one do you want to see in the game. So out of the 4 that they picked after Samurai and Spartan, the 4 that they picked were actually the top 5 in the poll out of 10. So yeah, well technically there was another poll that had Space Marines in it, and people wanted Space Marines. Why is there no Space Marines? Space Marines would be awesome. But yeah, the top 5 minus Space Marines. And the other one, which actually came second on the whole poll, was the Romans, which they don't have in. I would like to see that in. It'd be awesome. Having some having Romans, my Romans. Some post-Marian Romans. Again, this is Sparta. Keeps team killing me. Well, that'd be awesome. The Spartan and Deadliest Warrior saying this is Sparta. I know there's a pit of death. There is the pit of death in one of the Spartan maps, so you can kick people into there. Hilarious. So that's all the information I have now that I can remember and found. I will do other things, updating if they put enough information in, or I'll just do a Chivalry video, just a normal Chivalry video, and just mention it in there somewhere. It was only a small little bit of information, but yeah, that's everything I know for now. No word on a beta test or anything. I want to actually play the game before it's released to see what it's like. If they have an open beta, people can see what it's like and see if they're enjoyed or not. Just stab everyone. Yeah. So I'm that Lemmy Guy, and ouch. I'll see you next time. I'm dying.